VCEs, in this video, we're looking at analysing MDGs from a case study and analysing their progress. Some of the MDGs have been more successful than others. Considering the wide range of issues covered by the goals and the fact that many of them are global issues, this is not a huge surprise. It's kind of like taking 8 random humans, some old, some young, some tall, some short, some male, some female, and so on, and making them run against one another. As each participant, or each goal in this case, is so different in makeup, it's to be expected that they'll finish at different times. You can see, in detail, the progress of each goal by looking at the Millennium Development Goals Report 2014. According to this report, many targets have already been achieved, and many have made substantial progress. But, in others, more work needs to be done. Luckily, you're not expected to have an in-depth knowledge of how the world is progressing in relation to every target, or in regard to each goal. Indeed, should VCAR assess this in the exam, it is more than likely to give you the data that you will need to answer the question. How considerate VCAR is. This here is a question from the 2010 VCAR exam. This one backs up what I was saying just before, that VCAR is likely to give you the data that you need. In fact, this question isn't about the MDGs, so much as it is about being able to interpret and analyse data. You could have absolutely zero prior knowledge of the MDGs and still be able to answer this question. But it is beneficial to have a good technique, making it as easy as possible for the examiners to give you full marks. This question was worth 2 marks and reads, using the information in Table 2, evaluate the progress made by developed and developing regions towards reducing child mortality between 1990 and 2007. For 2 marks, we need to accurately mention the progress of both developed and developing regions towards reducing child mortality. We should also be as specific in our responses as possible, which means using statistical evidence. So something like this. Developed regions have made significant progress towards reducing child mortality. Since 1990, where the mortality rate was 11 per 1,000 live births, developed regions have reduced this figure to 6 deaths per 1,000 live births, a reduction of almost 50%. It looks as though the 2015 target is 4 deaths per 1,000 live births, so developed regions are roughly on course to meet this target. We also need to analyse the progress of developing regions. So, comparatively, developing regions have proportionally made less significant progress. Despite reducing their mortality rate by a larger figure, 103 deaths per 1,000 live births in 1990, down to 74 deaths per 1,000 live births in 2007, they are less than 50% of the way to the 2015 target, 35 deaths per 1,000 live births. The key to doing well in this question is being able to interpret the data. For example, realising that the figure 6 actually means 6 deaths per 1,000 live births. Although this question may seem relatively straightforward, the average mark statewide was just 1 mark out of 2. Bye for now and happy studying. Because you know it's all about that wiki, Next video, it's all about that wiki, Next video.